Good morning, friends. Today, I have a very interesting topic to discuss with you as to what are the ways by which you can make sure that you run a very successful practice. So, I intend to share good 7 to 10 tips by which you will be able to do a good, successful practice, whether it is of chartered accountancy or it's of company secretary or it's of advocates practice, because the principles are very general, but a lot of times we tend to ignore this. So I feel that this has worked for many, including us, and this can be helpful to you also. The first tip is that network is the criteria. So do not be a person who is just good at executing the work. We need to be good at network also, because a lot of times, from my experience of last 15 years, people tend to work more with people who they trust instead of people who they know that they're competent, unless it's a very high profile matter or a matter in which a lot of competence is required. Considering the present state of affairs, it is always good to build a network which is having trust. Number second is, do not have commercial mind always when you build relationships, because if you build relationships on commercial mindset, then there is no genuineness involved. You must be really able to do a good, genuine relationship with people who are genuinely interested in you and you are genuinely interested in them. So it is not something which is superficial relationship. It has to be a relationship which is at the core of your heart. So if you don't do that, it's not because you have to earn out of it. It's because that is the way a professional has to live. That's the way actually you should be like. So with the mindset, when you actually want to take something, it's always visible to people, and it's always should be a giver mindset instead of a taker mindset to develop into a good relationship. Third is mutual respect with people. The more you will be able to give mutual respect to your clients also, to your juniors and seniors, the more you will realize that this actually converts into a more good relationship, and that can actually be mutually rewarding to both you as well as your clients. The fourth tip is that you must develop some more stream of income instead of just being, I would say, dependent purely on your practice income. Now, I will brief my point of view on this. Is that obviously you are learned into your field, but you don't want to be needy in a particular space at all point of times. This is more applicable in the initial years of your practice, because you have low capital at that point of time. So you tend to become more needy sometimes for assignments. And when you get more needy, believe me, that does actually does not serve your purpose, because either it will trap you into some sort of wrong assignments, or it will trap you into assignments at lower value, or it will trap you into assignments where you feel frustrated, and ultimately that is not going to yield you anything. So you must develop some more stream of incomes, so that your dependency on this particular stream of income reduces somewhat, and that can actually help you to do more better of practice, because then you have more say in what assignments you want to pick, what remuneration you want to pick. If things don't work out the way you want them to be, you can obviously do the filtering. So that is the fourth thing that I see. Fifth thing that I see is a lot of people tend to lose mind over making your knowledge upgrade. So knowledge is actually very essential. You see, people who did the indirect taxation before 2017, GST replaced, then income tax before 2018 onwards, then the faceless actually replaced. So things are continuously evolving. So if you don't evolve with the evolution of the laws and the practices and all, for some point later you actually become irrelevant, and irrelevancy is the biggest problem. So I feel that that is how you should develop a lot of learning mindset. Sixth is that you must do a lot of content also. I feel that content is very important. Content should be done on a very, very recurring basis, on a very regular basis, and it should not be done with a mindset that you want to get something out of it again. See, anytime you will have a mindset that I want to get something out of it to make my own success, then that basically narrows the whole stuff. I feel that content is something which should be a part of every professional's day-to-day routine, and only once we are able to good develop good content, that is actually going to put forward your brand in front of many people which you even don't know. So believe me, that actually works. And the next tip that I feel is, uh, you should be developing some skills of investments also. See, why I say investment is because when I say investment, I feel that because our practice actually revolves around so many stuffs, so we don't tend to manage our own stuff. So you have all the right to actually manage your own investments as well, and that is the reason why I feel that you should do a lot of your investments being managed by you your own self, and generating good return out of that will be extra add-on, will reduce your pressure. See, my agenda is that you should reduce your pressure over your own state of affairs. The more you will be able to do a passive way, the more you will be able to do other stuffs also, which is not going to take a lot of time away from you. Still practice time is available for you. That will actually take you to the next level. And then beyond a certain level, when you do the startups, and when you do probably 5 7 8 years 10 years of practice, and you have that enough amount of clients and the work under your belly, then obviously you can do filtering of many things, and you don't need to do even the base even a lot of work which is not paying you enough. So that is something how I see that practice must be done. Lastly, I would say, be a good time manager. See, we are not in a field of a lot of inventory and all. We are in field of time, and managing our time, managing the time of our staff, our employees, hiring the HR people specifically now, at later stage of your career, to basically get all the work done properly, and admin people and all. It is so important to make a good growth in practice. I think if youngsters do this, obviously, if they are experienced people already do, they are having good work, and also this video is not for them. This video is only for my friends and my brothers and sisters who are still to find out the right ways. Believe me, there are opportunities everywhere. It is just that you need to have some patience, and you need to make sure this that you are able to sustain through the difficult times before you actually find the good times coming for you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you.